Your call is important to us. Please continue to hold, and we'll be with you shortly.
Thank you for holding. How can I be of service to you today?
Yes, I have this recurring charge on my monthly statement, and I can't figure out what it's for.
Well, we'll certainly do our best to help you. What does the charge say on your statement?
Well, it's a $275 charge, and it just says Iraq War.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. The Iraq War cost the average American family over $16,000 since the war started.
Are you kidding? Well, I never signed up for that.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You don't sign up for the Iraq War charge.
Tell me, have you enjoyed your war so far?
It's a standard charge for all Americans.
Have you gotten a picture of who they are?
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Did some men in a cave knock down your tower?
While you're still in line, can I interest you in our new monthly Iran War charge?
No,
Are you gonna behave or lay next to flowers?
Thanks for calling the United States.
Wake up, sleepyhead. It's after 8, you're late. Get out of bed. Fuck what a spectator said. Scientific dictatorship straight ahead. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's after 8, you're late. Get out of bed. This is a bucket of water on your head. You're asleep. You might as well be dead.
The number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Welcome to the Red Pill Show. And now,
original
creator for alternative media via podcasts.
Welcome to another episode of the original Red Pill Show. Today is December 3rd, 2014. The Red Pill Show is copyrighted by me. No part of this live podcast, if there's such a thing, voice over internet protocol on Spreaker.com cannot be reused, rebroadcasted in any way, shape, or form without my written consent. The Red Pill Show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please use at your own risk. Finally, the Red Pill Show is opinionated. Therefore, the host, especially callers when we have them, 209. Take two when we have them, 815-209. 9700 is the Skype number if I dare decide to open it. Let me see here. Yes, and there it is, but it was already open. Very interesting. But the callers, when we have them, guests, and people naughty in the chat room, shall be cast into the pits of hell forever and ever. If you misbehave or you're a troll, naughty on you. Don't you have anything better to do than harass me trying to do a stupid show about nothing? Are opinionated. Therefore, please use the original Red Pill Show at your own risk. Opinion should never be taken as advice either. If you're seeking professional advice, we strongly encourage you to hire a licensed professional in his or her field, little Tommy. Hey, man. No, that's his name, you ignoramus. What's going on as I sip my Starbucks? They just told me they're not carrying Tivana tea anymore. Like, really? At this one in Rockford, Illinois. Like, wow, really? Because I'm just getting into tea. I was doing some research here. Here's the health segment part. We're going to talk about movies. We're going to talk about health. We're going to talk about indoctrination. Education. And some news that's going on. And my topic of the day is going to be the fantastic, wonderful city of Kohler, Wisconsin. Yes, you too can live a perfect life. Now, hey, when I'm saying this, I'm joking, okay? No disrespect to anybody. I'm kidding. So, any comments or jokes that are taken offensively are not intended. It's humor. RRR. Humor. Okay? And I even insult and make fun of myself. So everything's fine. All right? So anyway. Starbucks just telling me here, the manager's saying they're not carrying it anymore. And I'm into this tea kick now. Because I'm an old fucker now. This is an explicit program. That's also downloadable on here and podbean.com. Although I don't think. Oh, no, there was a person in California, home of the naughty asshole. Thank you for downloading that. I appreciate it. California. There's a song by the Grateful Dead that has California in it. I like it. I'm not a Deadhead fan by any means, but someone turned me on to him, and that was the song that stuck in my head. Pretty cool song. The rest of it's a little too out there for me. But anyway, I have acquired double dumbass ADD, and I'm jumping around everywhere. It's unscripted. I am not affiliated with anybody, and I'm dumb enough to do this for free, okay? By myself. No co-host, no nothing. All of my multi-personalities will come out for warning you. So anyway, so where we go here. So I was talking about tea. So right now I'm drinking a hot Zental green tea, which me likey, because green tea has all these supposedly health benefits and blah blah blah, and it kind of beats a cup of coffee, which for me, I found that it does elevate my blood pressure. And being at the old age of 50 years old. Holy crap, you're old son of a bitch. What the hell? What you trying to do at 50? You should be dead. You should have high blood pressure. You should be on blood pressure medicine. You should be sitting on your fat ass, drinking a beer, watching TV with your belly hanging out. No. Not me. So I'm getting into this tea thing again for the, fifth time? And there was this wonderful, cute little tea shop up in Wisconsin in Brookfield. And I buy a lot of stuff there. And I was in there, and I go, what do you have that might allegedly, here we go, allegedly help with high blood pressure or whatever? And like, I don't know. So I looked it up on my dumb phone and Googled it, and up came hibiscus tea. Now, what this said was, this is for me, okay? Don't, you said it. This is what I read, okay? And I guess I should have sourced it, but I didn't. Maybe I did. Maybe I threw it into Google Docs, because usually when I find stuff like this, I put it into Google Docs for reference. But it said that hibiscus tea may be almost as good as hypertension medication. Like, no shit, really? So I bought myself some of this stuff, and I have this tea maker that I highly recommend. And the thing is like $65, okay, on Amazon, which they have robots picking their stuff now. Oh, I saw a movie too, Autonoma or Automa with Antonio Banderas. I am Puss in Boots. I got to talk about that too. I am Puss in Boots. Yeah. Talk about that one too for the movies. But let me pull up my picture of this thing because I forget the name of it. But it's really cool because you plug it in and you put in your filtered, no fluoridated glyphosate water. And 2 cups, and then 2 teaspoons of whatever. And I'm right now drinking.
It's 2 o'clock.
It's 2 o'clock. Drinking hibiscus tea with a teaspoon of local honey, and it's just delicious. And believe it or not, I feel a difference. I do. I had my vitals taken, and my blood pressure was like 126/75. And my resting pulse is just above 50, or right around 50. So that's not bad for an old fucker. But here, let me find this. Mommy swore. Sorry, this is an explicit program, and I don't think swearing is going to be the ruin of society. Taxing you to death and taking away your morals and losing our high ground by not being a God-fearing country is going to be more of a problem. But what do I know? All right, where's this dumbass tea maker? I know it's on here. But it's got a little kettle, porcelain kettle and everything. I mean, the thing is slick. Here we go. Oh, gotta be close. Nope. Oh, that's a naughty picture there. Nope. Yeah, oh, there it is. Okay, hang on. So I gotta blow it up to read it. Because this is one thing, my eyes are going. Okay. Zarafina. Zarafina. I thought this thing was going to be at least $100 on Amazon. And to my surprise, it was like $66. This thing is a cat's ass. Highly endorse it by the original Red Pill Show, and don't get a dime off of it. But I'm using it. I really don't care. So you can check that out on Amazon and buy this sucker and start sucking down some tea because it's good for you. 815-209-9700. And I went to the chat room. Of course, I was listening. At least not live. But everybody's working. You dumbass, they have a job, right? Yep, that's true. I should do this at night, but I really honestly don't have the time. It's why I do it once every week or maybe 2 or 3 times if you're lucky. If I'm lucky. Or if you want to be tortured. But I am definitely into this tea stuff. So there's a little bit of referral for that. So check it out. But I am kind of disappointed if Starbucks is not carrying it anymore. It's going to suck. But what are you going to do? And that's what she says anyway. So it could be just misinformation. I'm not going to verify that. It's just that's what she said. Because I wanted an orange green tea, and she's like, we used to have that. I'm like, and she goes, and we're not going to have that anymore either. I'm like, what? So whatever. I'm so sure because I think Starbucks bought Teavana, but maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not going over well and it doesn't fit in their culture, which you can understand because it's Starbucks coffee. Hello. So, what'd you do? You still have me. Huh. Yeah, I'm still on, right? Hello. Yeah. How come my thing beeped at me? All right. So, anyway. So, for movies, I saw Fury with Brad Pitt. And I saw Autotonoma last night. I went and saw some cartoon. What the hell was it? Penguins? Yeah, which was okay. I mean, I love some of the cartoon stuff. I'm halfway into Turbo. That's really cool. I love Prince Abubu, Aladdin, and it's time to kill Prince Abubu. And some of the cartoons are awesome. I laughed my ass off with Despicable 3 and the Minions. And the purple Minion, my favorite. So whatever. But I saw Fury. Now, you have to trust me. What the hell are you talking about? It's all connected. The purple Minions are. But it's all connected. You just have to trust me, Grasshopper. You have no patience. You must listen now. Or I kill you. Okay. Still gonna get this crap out of my lungs from the flu that kicked my ass. Anyway, so saw Fury, and wow, very. Well, I can't say it's realistic because I don't know, but if I was a tank gunner or whatever they are, and by the way, thank you to all serving and non-serving military. Firefighters, teachers, and law enforcement, you are all heroes to me, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Even if you're in Ferguson, which I don't want to get into that. There's 3 sides to a story. I'm not touching that one. Because I think only the people there and God himself knows what really happened. Some have to have a little blind faith in justice. I don't want to get into that. No cops suck, man. Hey. What? You don't even know the story, man. And I don't either. So it's like, whatever. Anyway, violence is not the answer for anybody or anything in any way, shape, or form. Just ask Gandhi, and it's my opinion. So, I'm talking about Fury. Oh, speaking of violence. So, yeah, you shouldn't do that, Mr. Pill, as we go bull the shit out of Iraq and Afghanistan and everything else, but violence is bad. Yeah. Huh? Really? Okay. Fury. Wow. Get ready for some very realistic, grotesque scenes. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Blood, guts, gore, 50 Miller or 50 cal people shooting their heads off, and just really something. But I'm talking about the story here, storyline. Unbelievable. Now, what I know about Hitler and everything else, and who funded the war and all that crap, different really different perspective. But a lot of people don't even know that side of it, let alone way back then they didn't. We're just going to kill the Krauts because they're assholes. And usually that's what it is, right? Kill the Japs, kill whoever we're fighting. And it's really, you really don't know the real reason why we're fighting. And may never know. But be that as it may, this movie and Brad Pitt did a fantastic job. And really raises your level of patriotism. Kind of like Ines D'Souza's America. I shouldn't be ashamed of what I've busted my ass for. And everything that I've gotten, that's what I did. I took all the risks and I busted my ass. No one gave it to me. Did I get help? That's matter of perspective. Yes, but nobody gave me a dime. And I beg to differ. I did build my company. I just did. No, it didn't come to me. It wasn't like ding dong. Where's my sound effects? Mr. Pill, here's a nice company for you to start and run, all in a little box with a bow on it. Oh, gee, thanks. No, didn't happen. Just like this stupid show. Ding, ding, ding. Here you go, Mr. Bill. Here's your radio show, whatever the hell you want to call it. And you can do it, and it's just going to be done. Like, Now, some people did influence me, specifically the banksters from 2008, when they offered some help, and they reneged on it and ruined my credit, and then my business line of credit got taken away. And, so anyway, a little moral hazard there in my opinion, but hey, what do I know? I don't want to get into that, but that's what instigated this. Then I found proof negative on freedomizerradio.com, and then Truth Network or Truth NWO, and all these other. And Joanne Moretti is back on Freedomizer Radio. Love Joanne.
She was doing the Moretti report, and now I'm back on Freedomizer Radio, so you better listen. I'm going to kick your ass. She got a Jersey accent. I like it. Love it. So check it out. With everybody else over there. Blake the Eccentric and Tessa Dick with Ancient of Days. And all these people are on Facebook or freedomizerradio.com. Check it out. But Fury. So, yeah, really, really, really cool movie. Highly recommend it. Definitely going to buy that sucker when it comes out. But it sparked my patriotism, and the whole Hitler thing was horrible. I mean, there's no way you say that it wasn't. And we stopped them for whatever reasons. Either we were allowed to or we just did, and that was it. So, but I can say this: watching that and not knowing a lot, and not being a hawk or looking for war. It's horrible. Proud to be an American that stopped that bastard in his tracks. That's the best way to put it, I guess. So it's the way it is. And it sparked, like I said, my patriotism and things. And it made me think. And it made me think everything that's going on right now. And being an American and being a patriot, and it got me to thinking, our veterans, and it got me to thinking about what is an American, and is it just me, or does it seem people that have been here for 3-4 generations are just getting screwed? You know, like, I was in World War II, I was in there, and you were just a gleam in your daddy's eye there, and I was over there kicking all those crowds' asses, and what are you doing here? You're just sitting there watching TV and drinking beer, and you just give a shit. And it's like, okay, whatever. But I think about, there's no fancy words here. This is
just coming out. Because I'm not going to use them. It's like, sure, that's a big word. Can you say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Sure. See? What's that mean? I'm just trying to get a point across here. So I'm not going to use big words. I might use colorful metaphors. But I think about it. People bust their ass. They follow the law. They do what they're supposed to do. Times get tough, and you know what? Oh, that's just tough shit. No help for you. Which builds character, makes you figure it out, and you figure it out. So you're one the better. But when the playing field is not level, oh, here you go, it's not fair. It's not, man. It's not fair. It's not fair for anyone. And I'm just saying, not me. It's not fair for anyone. Well, except for probably the real higher ups. Oh, I need a bailout? Okay, here you go. Just let me get down on my hands and knees and cry. Beg. Really? Don't you have any honor? And, here's a check for $200 million. Okay. But it just doesn't seem like there's any equity for second, third, fourth Americans here. And should there be? Well, I would say yeah, because that's the union mentality. Oh, you're anti-union now. No, I'm not. Just listen, okay? Union, tenure, whatever. And if you are somewhere for a period of time, you should get some type of seniority. That's how you advance. Unless you're a citizen of the United States of America and then people cut in line. Doesn't seem fair. So it gets me to thinking, and of course, oh, you're a racist, really? Let's see. Native American Indian, and I have a granddaughter that's half African American. So just on that one. That car's black. You're a racist, you fucker. What? It's a black car. Excuse me. There's a white one. The sky's blue. Clouds are white. Asphalt's black. Oh, that's it, man. So it gets me to thinking, how did we get here? And I mean, from the very beginning, and, back to the Pilgrims and all that, fine, whatever. It's going to be a history lesson, but how did we get to where we're at? Well, this falls into my, and I'm going to talk about this, boy, that's really bad. How about take two? Let's hit the rewind button and talk about movies again. I saw the movie last night of Automa with Antonio Banderas. Yes, I am Puss in Boots. I am Puss in Boots. In Boots. I am Puss. I am Puss in Boots. And Melanie Griffith is in it. And it's about the creation of robots, kind of like iRobot, and how the kernel, I'm not a computer dude or nothing, a little bit, but the kernel of the robot that is the whole center of the operating system of a computer, kernel, Windows. There's a kernel for Mac, Linux, I think. I could be wrong. But there's a kernel, which is the center. Think of it like back into basic chemistry or basic, with the periodic table of elements, the nucleus, and then you have the atoms around it. It's the nucleus. It's the center. It's a foundation of an operating system. And whatever the kernel is, without changing it, you're going to just destroy your OS. Well, these robots have a kernel with an OS, and the kernel's getting manipulated. And all these engineers it's impossible because it's like carrying a bubble soap bubble around in your pocket. It's like nobody's ever done it because you can't do it. It's like, okay, yeah, I kind of get that. You can't do that. You can't change the kernel without changing everything. Well, somebody does, and they did. And actually I don't want to give too much away, but it was a robot that had AI that was thinking exponentially and just got to the point where it wasn't even talking to humans because there was no point. It's like, yeah, tell me about it. And just advanced so fast and learned how to fix itself, and probably was going to get to the point for survival that man's a threat. Man's a threat to itself, so that's not really that hard to figure out. And I think Stephen Hawking just warned about that, actually, on Twitter. I saw that. Red Pill Show 2012, or it's an original Red Pill, I think, on Twitter. But that made me think, too, about where we're headed in the future. And these robots, one of the robots asked Antonio Banderas, it's like, hey, Puss in Boots, who created you? I didn't say that really, but well, they did. But I like that. It said, who created you? And I don't want to get into this too much either, but I've always said that if something could become fully automated or think on its own, would it have enough arrogance? And no offense to anybody, you can believe what you want. I don't care. But it makes me think out of my realm, questioning myself. Well, nobody created us. We just somehow got here. We just poof. A car crashed into a train and a mannequin, and we're a robot. Oh, yeah, gee, that makes a big bang. That made a lot of sense. Yeah, that must be what happened. Throw a little radioactivity in there from Fukushima. Oh, Fukushima, yeah. And there you go. You got robots. So I was kind of like, wow, because it's the kind of thing I would say. And a robot asked Antonio Banderas, who made you? Wow. Well, dude, I'm not even smoking a bowl, man. And you know how deep that is, man? It's just like, it touched my soul, man. It's just like, I dropped my Doritos, man. I'm like, whoa, man. Yeah. And that's what it did for me, too. And then the robots are non-emotional and no stress. And here's kind of what I'm getting to, because a lot of people are wigged out to the max. Am I going to have my job tomorrow? Do I got to go to court? Am I getting a ticket? Am I going to get taxed? Is my job get pay cut? Is my car going to break down? Is this customer going to pay? Is the sun going to come up? Is the sun going to go down? Is my water going to be turned off? Well, am I going to get transferred? All this stuff is irrelevant. And I was watching a thing about Mike Ditka and what he did for the Bears, and I was a lot younger back then, and I really didn't realize what a great job he did for the Bears in Chicago. And he said something like this: the past is the past. There's nothing you can do about it, and who cares what you did? The future's a mystery. You don't know. The only thing you can do anything about is the present. And the present is a gift. That's why they call it the present. And I'm like, holy shit, Mike Dick is getting philosophical. I'm like, whoa, dude, I get it too, man. When he said that, it's like, wow, it's two things now, man. Yeah. And I'm thinking, you can't do nothing about yesterday, and you can't do jack shit about tomorrow. You can only do what you can do in the moment. And all these exterior forces and stresses I mean, are they real? I look at it like this. You know, there's allegedly ghosts and gremlins in the cartoons with, you know, you got the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other with the pitchfork and, you know, you should do this. No, you should do that. No, I should fucking do this. No, you should do that because you're just a good person and full of love. Ah, screw that. I'm just going to go kick their ass. Those are all forces that are always there. And it depends on how you handle them. And I'm thinking about these with these robots, all right? Now, and emotions tie definitely into this, but fear and anger and all the other emotions. And I'm like, wait a minute. This robot ain't getting pissed off. And there's no stress to it. I mean, and I'm visualizing, all right, what if that robot was just sitting there and starting to shake? You know, and then its hair starts falling on. It didn't have hair, but it gets a skin condition, which you can't get, like eczema or something. Or it just starts shaking. It's so bad from stress that the parts start falling out of it. And it's like, what's wrong with you? Why are you shaking like that? You're shaking your hardware and bolts and crap right out of you. What's wrong? I'm stressed out. Like, from what? Well, I don't know. It could be turned into a microwave tomorrow, or someone just can shock the shit out of me, or pull my battery, or whatever. All what if scenarios. And I was trying to put that into perspective with stress, because I really try to deal with it and redirect it. And I don't internalize it and keep it in me anymore. I let it flow through me, kind of like this tea here. I'm about ready to pee. You know, if I tried keeping this stuff in me, it'd fuck me up bad. But I got to go relieve myself. And that's how I take in stress. I take it in and I let it go through. A lot of people try to deflect it, or I just take it in and let it go right out. And I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but it works for me. Am I a master at it? No. Hell no. But it works for me, and I don't internalize it and keep it up. I do relieve stress by, ironically, working out, being physical, with weights and stuff like that. I do that. So that probably helps too. Ride my motocross bike, but not now. Snow on the ground. Already, man. We're going to have a white Christmas, which I guess is a good thing. But, yeah, I was watching that, trying to, obviously, stone sober, you know, I was like, dude, you really think too much. Like, yeah, I know, but I'm trying to figure things out for the benefit of everybody and myself. And I'm seeing this, and I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. So I recommend that movie. It's like $4.99 on Vudu, and check that out. So, but what I was going to get into, and let me see, which time do I have? 38 minutes. All right. So let's get to the, I should play a song, or I got bumpers and stuff. I don't know, I listen to this back, and it's like, I'm just talking. There's no commercials. When I was on Freedomizer, believe me, commercials and phone calls turn an hour show into 2 to 3 hours. Not that it's easy to do, don't get me wrong, but it does. And it breaks up the monotony and everything else. But I'm going to get into this, and that's it. So maybe another 20 minutes. I'll try to cut it in an hour, because it's enough, in my opinion. So, this is the second time I have been to Kohler, Wisconsin. Now, I'm going to talk about the town and then about the company. Now, first of all, I am not going to say anything negative, damaging, characterization, defamation of character. None of that. I am not saying a word about that, because there's really nothing to be said about it. So if something comes out, that's not my intention, okay? What Kohler has become absolutely warms my heart and gives me the chills. I'm like, what the hell happened here and is happening here? It's kind of like Storybrooke off of Once Upon a Time. You know, You can come in, but you can't leave, but you can. Kohler. And you see the town, you see the factory. And just so you know, Kohler makes faucets and bathtubs and got into plumbing fixtures. And they first made tubs, drinking tubs for horses. And one of the original founders enameled it and figured out a way to make it a one-piece instead of a two-piece through some technological molding or something, and made one-piece bathtubs. And I guess the rest is history. But hang on, I'm getting distracted by my phone. Come on. Doesn't want to unlock now. All right, sorry about that. It's distracting here, and it's really hard when you have acquired double dumbass. You need to be on Ritalin. Yeah, no, they tried doing that, and thank God my mom said no. Which there is proof in studies that could possibly turn you into a addict. I don't get into that. What the hell is that now? I think it was voicemail. So, back to Kohler. So, that's Kohler's the city, town, and the company. And I personally would be honored to work for a company like this. But I don't know. It's like almost like Whoville or Storyville or what's that movie? Another Ville. But I was just in awe. We were at the American Club up there, and I have this book here. Now, I've done my research to find out what Kohler's about and what happened. I think there might be a Wikipedia thing on there. Now, there's Kohler.com/history, which I quite honestly haven't checked out. But I was in... Can't you see I'm doing something here? And the sun rises and sets in my ass. Hey, quit interrupting me. All right. So, I'm in their knick-knack gift shop at the American Club. And I'm like, hey, whatever. There's a bunch of golf stuff and nothing against anybody. And I find this book right here. A Sense of Higher Design, The Kohlers of Kohler. Beautiful book, $75. Hardbound. You can't find a book like this anymore because they're just made like shit. And this thing is amazing. Amazing. So I've read a couple hundred pages already almost. Couldn't put it down. I already cracked the binding in it. It's sad. Because it's a book you don't even... It's one you want to lay on your coffee table, but you don't want to touch it. And I'm not going to specifically read from here, although I would love to. But this is what I'm going to say. Now, it was published in 2003. Printed and bound in the United States of America. No part. Team America. Kick-ass. Yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, hang on. No part of this population may be reproduced or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic or mechanical, including photography, photocopying, recording, or any information storage and retrieval system now known or to be invented without permission in writing from Kohler Company. And it gives the address, except by a reviewer who wishes to quote brief passages in connection with a review written for inclusion in a magazine, newspaper, or broadcast. Okay? Okay, so I'm reviewing, and I bought it. So it's mine. It's all mine. Mine. And I'm broadcasting on SpreakerRadio.com. Yeah. Okay? Not to mention my I claim my Fair Use Act and whatever. But even be that as it may, I don't want to piss these people off. I have all the respect in the world for this book and what these people have done. So just out of respect, I'm not going to do it. Although I'd love to read a passage out of here that I read that Mr. Kohler, one of them, decided that cast iron is going to be the material that their products are going to be made out of, the tubs and sinks. And a competitor made a public statement that, well, due to the new materials and polymers and blah, 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 cast iron is going to be a thing of the past and whatever, and it's not going to be used anymore. Well, Kohler was was in the process of investing a ton of money into electrical processes of heating up their molds, I'm assuming. I haven't taken the factory tour yet, so I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but I can envision it. Where they're using electricity, and that's probably why the plant doesn't dump a bunch of shit out, and you can put a 5-star hotel across the street that always gets the highest ratings you can get because the plant doesn't stink, and it's actually beautiful. And there's a big old grandfather clock out there. It's amazing. But Mr. Kohler decided at the time to go with electricity, which even raised my eyebrows. But now I know why, after thinking about it. They're sticking with cast iron. While to this day, the competitor was wrong, and Kohler can make their products out of cast iron cheaper and less, not cheaper, take that, take two. Oh, I had a malfunction, sorry. They can make these products less expensive than their competitors because that's what they did. And it's like, wow. I mean, it's like, talk about insight and moving forward, and I don't care what my competitors are doing. This is what we're going to do. And they did. And some of them were like, oh, you're crazy, and I'll just... And they came up with their slogan, the bold look of Kohler. Kohler, the bold look of Kohler, which is their slogan and trademarked, I'm sure. Because they're bold in what they do, and it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. But here, I'm not trying to pitch their products or nothing. This is the point. So, do your homework on Kohler, because this story should be in every civics class, social studies, business, all the above. I don't care. I don't care. This is 90 miles away from me at the most. Maybe 70. Never heard. Kohler, yeah, it's a faucet. Yeah, and a tub and this and that. Yeah, so what? It's just expensive shit. Okay. Beautiful, though. Beautiful. So, we go there for the first time last year, and I'm like, Kohler, the plumbing stuff? It's like, yeah, because I'm in a trade, so it's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, wow. So we stay at the American Club, and then there's a Kohler Museum, which is awesome. Awesome. I spent 2 hours in there, and I'm not an artsy-fartsy guy by any stretch of the imagination. I'm like, this is fucking cool. And you find out they make generators and engines and all this stuff, and I'm like, a boiler. They made a boiler, a wood or coal boiler at one time, radiators. I'm like, wow. This is amazing. And how they infuse art into their products, if anything impresses me, it's that. Because, and I'm just being honest here, an ignoramus, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that, and see, here I go, I'm insulting myself. Shame on me for thinking this way. But art is just stupid. No, it is. It's like, I don't get into it. I can't draw a picture to save my life. And it's for left-handed creative people anyway to think with the right side of their brain. The only thing I get into is music, okay? But, you know, this artsy-fartsy crap stuff. And I like Da Vinci and the engineering and stuff like that. I just don't get it, man. So, whatever. Well, they have this whole art display with these artists and their work on display, kind of like an art museum at the Kohler Museum. And then they have all their products. And it's like, wow, I can see the artistry that was in someone's mind fused into the look of the product. And I'm like, that's freaking cool. And there was a saying like, life without labor is guilt and labor without art is I don't know what it was. It was something like that. It's something. And I'm like, that makes sense too. Because you got to have passion in what you're doing. But to see art into these products, and the only other people that I've seen, of course, car manufacturers do it to point. Apple does it. And I'm like, there's no products like them. People try to imitate, and copy what they do. And you're not going to do it. The only one that comes close, in my opinion, is maybe Sony. And they're not even making computers anymore. And I just bought a desktop, man. What is this shit? Damn it. I buy a G5 years ago. Oh, we're going from the Motorola chip to the Intel chip. And your $3,000 computer is a paperweight now. What? Anyway. They had to buy a Sony computer, which is awesome. Oh, we're not making them anymore. Oh, here we go again. Whatever. I think they're getting bought, though. So hopefully the Vio still. It's a beautiful desktop. Amazing. Like a 2 terabyte hard drive or 1.7 and dual core processors. I forget the speed. Hell, I'm from the 386 and Pentium day guys with 4 megabytes of RAM. I think this thing's got 2 gig now, just in a RAM. Whatever. But that's the first time that it hit me like, wow, the art is in the product and then in the culture of the company. And that's just freaking awesome, man. So cool. Something that is definitely starving, no pun intended, artistry in my industry. You know how ugly a fucking ice machine is? Oh, it's just sitting in the kitchen. Who cares? Your faucet's sitting in a place where you take a dump. Who gives a shit what that looks like? No pun intended. Because you do. You do. Subliminally, you do. Everybody likes to see attractive things. Even if you're doing something as personal and humiliating as going to the bathroom or working in a kitchen and you see an ice machine. That ice machine should be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. Why? Because that's why. So I'm in the museum, and it shows a whole history of Kohler and the family, and this is an amazing story. This book here, I hope they bury me with this fucker. I'm not kidding you. What this family has done, and the story that behind this is awe-inspiring, get off your ass like Ines D'Souza, America, and Brad Pitt's Fury, and, don't start wars. I'm just saying the patriotism. And to be proud to be an American. Now, this book and the story is amazing. And here's a Reader's Digest version of it. Because we need stuff like this. We don't need, I lost my job, I got fired, I'm going to collect unemployment, sit on my ass and play Xbox or PlayStation all day long, and just who gives a shit? My bills are getting paid. Really? That's what you want. Not me. So this guy came over here from Austria, I'm not mistaken, the founder of Kohler, and built the plant in Sheboygan, Kohler. I mean, they moved it. I don't want to get into too many details, but it ended up in Kohler. Had a fire, almost ruined them. Had partners they wanted to sell. They sold. Kohler's still a private company. They were public at a short time for some capital and figured out that was a big mistake, and I agree. Totally private company now for all the right reasons, and they're not public for all the right reasons as well. But came over here, started the factory, needed employees, gave the opportunity for immigrants to come over here, built housing for them, which is the American Club, which was named then from according to the book, and now it's a hotel, 5-star Diamond Hotel. And housed the immigrants there after they worked. Made them pay for room and board and food. You had to be single, I think. Doesn't really matter. I guess it would. Family, I don't think. But young single men coming over to chase the American dream. And I'm like, wow. And the American Club, which was the quarters, I guess, housing for the immigrants and the workers, is right across the street. If you're lucky, it's 100 yards. The width of a street, maybe 100 feet in on each side, 200 feet, maybe 300 feet. Right across from each other. So this wonderful guy came over here, took all these risks, busted his ass, gave people opportunity, gave them housing, gave them food, gave them shelter, a job, built this company, had civics classes, taught them English so they could go get citizenship status and pass with flying colors. Not to mention, there was a 50-year plan to build the town of Kohler. And it's beautiful. Winding streets, perfect little house, 1,600 square foot houses maybe. Not that big of lots. Who cares? More grass to cut and shit to keep up. Who cares? Beautiful. Beautiful. And when you go to the next town, you can see the difference. You can tell that a municipality and city people, no offense, in planning and zoning built the town because it looks like shit. And you go to Kohler and you're like, what's going on? It's like Storyville or Land or whatever the hell it is. Storybrooke, is that what it is? Once Upon a Time? And you're like, what is going on here? Attention to detail, places for the kids, swings, all set up and in harmony with nature, as corny as that sounds. It wasn't like, okay, guys, we got this land here, just bulldoze it over, scrape the topsoil off, and then, put a berm here or there, a retention pond there, whatever. No, they left all of that. And they terraformed it, if that's a word. They designed it into the landscape and the natural landscaping of what they were building on. And it's like, Wow. And then there's shops across from walking distance from the factory and from the American Club. And I just can't help but think that what a great American story that this guy did it the right way. And where's the story at, man? Where's the movie? Oh, no, we got to make another Spider-Man 10 and another 3 Star Wars movie, which, don't get me wrong, that's great. But, we don't have any ideas for any movies. Really? Really? At a time when this country went through a financial meltdown 6 years ago, and it looks like all the numbers, oil's $40 a gallon, dollar strong as hell. A lot of similar dynamics here. Don't get me wrong, I hope we're coming out of this, but this is when you need hope and people to do the right thing. And people to come over here and follow the rules and bust their ass and given an opportunity and stuff not given to them. Bailouts and gifts do not build character. They only enable your behavior and reward you. You should be rewarded through self-empowerment and working hard and following the rules, which they did. So, as for me at 50 and going through public schools in U46, which sucked, I'm just so almost offended that this story is not in the books and I was never taught. And I was a kid, 5th, 6th grade, I was reading all these inventors, Thomas Edison, Benjamin Franklin, all these books that were biographies of other famous people. And I read them. Carnegie, Carr, was his name Carr? There was another one. I just got to a point where I was bored with it. But never, ever, ever, to my recollection, do I remember seeing the story of Kohler. So I'm kind of embarrassed by that, and maybe that's the way they want it, and if that's how they want it, then I sincerely apologize, and will never speak of it again. But I can't believe that. What a great American patriotic story. And it's one that everybody should know about. And visit. Beautiful. Beautiful. The hotel, 5-star Diamond Hotel. Unbelievable. Very friendly people. There's Kohler Spa. Amazing. And again, I'm not getting a dime for this, and nor do I want it. It's just nice to go there and see this and go, what is this? How did this happen? And it's truly the greatest American story never told. So, as an American and a customer of Kohler products and services, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Amazing. Amazing. And it sets an example of what people can do. I don't think the Industrial Revolution is going to come around again, and timing had a lot to do with it, but I don't want to take credit away from anybody, because that's easy to say. Like the internet, well, you could have capitalized on the internet, dumbass, and you didn't. Touche. I can't argue that. But the foresight in the support and the vision that Kohler had and has is nothing short of amazing. So I encourage you to check it out, and that is about it for me. I love going there. I love the story, and every time I go there, I learn more and more just from the culture of Kohler. So, with that said there, little Tommy, I'm done. I've wasted 65 minutes of your time, and I do appreciate you listening to me. So, I am going to find my outro here, throw it in the box over there, and then take it and slide it over here. And with that said, thank you for listening to me. God bless everyone, and thank you, Kohler. What an amazing, great story. You have been listening to the Red Pill Show.